Hi, how are you? My name is Chris of Chrissy'sOverTheMountainCrochet.com. I'm here to talk to you today about the lightweight sweaters crochet along that I'm holding in my Facebook group. My Facebook group is Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts. So go to Facebook, in the search bar, look for Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts and join our group so that you can be part of this crochet along. I want to help you along. I want to help you make a sweater using some of the colored yarns that gradate. And let me hold this one up so you can see. I have to pick the mannequin up, and I do apologize for that, but isn't this just beautiful? It goes from light pink to a dark purple to a deep gray. Beautiful. And I'll show you how to change the colors, how to add the colors, and yes, you're going to have to cut the colors. This one is called Mountain Sunrise. The crochet along will include both sweaters. I am wearing Morning on the Beach, and this is Mountain Sunrise. I bought this yarn. I bought the yarn for these sweaters a few years ago at AC Moore. It's called Cotton Colors, and I bought 3 cakes. This is the last cake I have, and I think I'll design a new sweater using it. But I was able to make 1 sweater each. You can only need 1 cake to make extra small through extra large. Now you might be able to squeeze a 1X in there, but you're going to be playing yarn chicken, so I don't suggest that. But I bought this cotton cake, Cotton Colors. It's Stitch Studio from AC Moore. Etsy sellers and eBay sellers are still selling this, but this yarn is discontinued. But Sheppy's and Hobie has a lot of comparable yarn that gradates and hopefully you'll achieve the same stitch gauge. Now, I tried to find a comparable yarn that I could find locally. And I did find that Stitch Studio, even though the color, not Stitch Studio, I apologize, even though the colors don't gradate, Summer Nights from Lion Brand gets the same gauge. And yes, it's a little bit metallic, but it does not scratch your skin. I have a real sensitive arm here, and I have a piece that I've been working with, and I scratched it, and it did not scratch my arm. I really like this color. I think I'm going to design a sweater with this color. I think this is so pretty. It's under my light. Hold on. Try to get you a good color. Anyway, now, someone mentioned Hobby Lobby's Rhapsody. I made a sweater out of that, and it did not work for this design. Now, I'm going to design some sweaters using this yarn, but Yarn Bee Rhapsody, it says it's a 2. No, it says it's a 1, but it has acrylic in it, and that acrylic makes it kind of sponge back and pop back on you, so that double crochet just isn't as tall. I don't know if you can see or not, but these double crochets are tall, and then how they attach into the next row makes a difference in how they in stitch gauge. So you can still use Yarn Bee Rhapsody, but get 2 cakes. Even if you're making a small or an extra small, get 2 cakes because you're going to want to cut and place your colors. The color placement, I think, is key when making these designs. I think they're so pretty with the way the colors are, and I'm sorry if you don't like to cut the yarn, but if you want a sweater like this that gradates in the color, you're going to want to cut the yarn. So 2 of these, because the color runs are not as long on Rhapsody, and it springs back. You're going to have to work with gauge. The sweater would be so much bigger, so you would probably need to go down 2 sizes. Stay with the same hook. Maybe I would stay with the same hook just to get that airy feeling, but really, if it's not airy, you might want to go up a hook and just really play with it. So I don't recommend this. I do recommend this for other designs, though. It's a beautiful yarn. I'm going to be making something in the future. Now, some of you asked me to guide you on how to place the colors. Here's what I did. When I was making the yoke, I did not change the color at all. But when you get down to the bodice part, you're going to want the sleeves to match the bodice. That's where you're going to want to cut the yarn. So when I noticed the colors were changing, and you can tell on these color changing yarns when they change because there's a little knot. Let me see if I can find the knot here for you. I don't know if it'll show up. Oh, yep, there it is. There's a tiny knot. Well, cut right there. It doesn't look like it's going to change much, but when you start working with the yarn, it does change. So cut the yarn roll up a little ball about this big or bigger. Let's see, I'll put it in my hand so you can see. About 60, 70, 80 yards. And cut each color, or if there are two colors that are really similar, you can go on. You don't have to cut that one. But cut and place the yarn at the edge. I don't let it go into the middle. Unless you made a mistake, you know, it's no big, I mean, you can let the colors run if you want to, but I love the way I was able to place the colors and get them in place the way I wanted. And so what I did was I would get to a new color and I would crochet with it for a little while until I felt like, oh, I'm going to switch it up. And I would cut the yarn, then I would roll off a ball until I got to the next color. Then I had this assembly line of little baggies. I took Post-it notes and I wrote a number on the Post-it notes, and I put, see, this one's number 11. I put the number in the Ziploc bag, then popped the yarn down in that Ziploc bag, and that way I didn't have to guess what color's next, which colors. And then when I made this edging, I started out with one of the higher numbers, which was maybe a 3, and I ran it along the whole edge. Then I switched yarn and I jumped two yarn colors. And then after that, I made sure I jumped 2 more yarn colors. So that's how I did that. If you have any questions or if you'd like to participate, please do come to Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts on Facebook. I also have a business page, and it's strictly Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet. I also have a website that's called Chrissy's Over the Mountain Crochet. I would love for you to follow my website, follow me here on YouTube. I would love it if you would subscribe. If I get 100 followers, I can change my name, and that's going to be an exciting thing for me. I also have one other video. It's a demonstration video on how to get this smooth edge. I did not put an edge on the front of this. I just put a little bit of yarn around the front, and I put a button loop for a button. I don't have that totally finished yet. So there are many options. This has a beautiful, beautiful lace bottom. I have a lot of design ideas in my head for these sweaters, so I hope you'll join us. Check out my Ravelry store and my Etsy shop also. I'll place those in the links. I hope you subscribe. Bye.